Yep, right on time. 10 p.m. Lisbon, always on time. Anyway, another dreary night here in town, as it has been since I've been back from the States, pretty much. Another 11-degree night. The wind is pretty stiff right now. I don't think it's raining, but it's been a wild day. One minute it's blue sky and sun, and 10 minutes later it's lightning, thunder, and the rain coming down sideways. So I've been told we're coming to the end of it, and I'll believe that when I see it. So here we go.
Me too.
I'm not a believer anymore.
I'm really hopeful. I'm hopeful that from Saturday onwards it's going to be a little bit better. So
I've witnessed with my own eyes 2 trees snap today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not surprised, mate. Honestly, I missed Lee. This is too much land, man. Honestly, I missed 3 20-foot pines go the other day.
You sent me a video, Pete. You sent me a video.
I'm such a fucking twat, though. How can I miss that for 10
How
days?
have you not noticed fucking 3 trees falling over?
I know it's still just it's fucking first world problems, is what I say. It's definitely
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a lot of wood for later on, but everything's
Great firewood for the future.
Everything's snapping though. All of the poles, the old wooden poles, they're all rotten as well. Everything's rotting, and then you've got landslides where there aren't enough trees to hold it together.
Oh,
out.
I saw a landslide as well today. So 2 trees snap and a landslide all on the same day. Yeah, not been a good one.
No. All right, so we got the show going. Thanks, Pete, for joining from the Central. He'll give us our weekly report there. Lee coming to us from the hills of Sintra, so he's high above all the water and the this and the that. And
you'd like to think so.
And New World coming out to us from who knows where. I'm sure he will let us know. But thanks for joining us tonight, gents. As always, cheers out to Dale for his continued recovery.
Fucking real name.
Dale.
Not dead yet, Ben.
Okay. Cheers to Patrick, wherever he may be. I'm hoping Garvo joins tonight. He said he was having some
they've got electrical problems. Yeah,
utilities on and off. So you never know. Who else can we cheers to? That's about all I can think of right now. I'm sure somebody will think of something.
I think we should say cheers to is Paolo, Filomena's husband. He's fucking nearly dead, man. Honestly, he's got a liver transplant. He's been in an induced coma for like a week, and
oh wow,
yeah, they think
Philomena Friday.
Yeah, her husband. Yeah,
okay.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Okay, and cheers to Simon's son. Hopefully, he continues to grow well in this crazy world. Yeah. But anyway, all right. So let's give it a go and see who else hops on. Pete, any how was your week kind of thing? Anything new developments up in the Central there?
I don't know. Yeah, we've kind of just been hunkering down, fixing the road up, just trying to check for any kind of anything that would stop our drainage. Thankfully, we've got really good drainage, so it's kind of all going down. I've got a couple of cracks I've got to have a look at. But overall, yeah, everything's holding up really well. So I'm quite pleased with, especially with the solar, man, with the winds that we had and the amount of concrete we put under our solar stuff has really paid off. So I don't know. Otherwise, it would have been a nightmare. So yeah, that's been good. And we've got Carnival tomorrow, and on Tuesday. So that should be quite kind of fun to go and do. So we traditionally kind of have like a South American revolt and bury someone in a coffin. It's quite good. Should be quite good fun.
It's interesting that you guys are still, your village is still holding that, because I've read a lot of Carnival celebrations or festivities or whatever you want to call it has been canceled for this year. So
I think the thing, as I was saying earlier, Eric, it's a lot of pockets. Do you know what I mean? We were hit a bit, but nothing like as much as somewhere a couple of kilometers away that's the wrong altitude or the wrong kind of wind direction, so it's fucking weird in terms of how different it's been from a relatively short way away. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's nuts. So yeah. So we've been quite lucky, to be fair.
Good.
Hmm.
Thanks, Pete. Lee, how's life in your world?
If you know, you know. It's been a crazy fucking week.
I was going to say I have some idea.
Yeah. It's been. I spoke to Kent today. Eric, I've seen you all through the week, so you already know.
Yeah.
But mum and dad are home. They're home now. They're good.
Good.
It's fine. Eve went to nursery this morning in her costume,
Awesome.
and at 9:30 puked all over herself.
All right.
So Eve's at home now in bed. So yeah, just one thing after a fucking another.
Yeah.
I didn't tell Kent, but just when I got to Kent, I passed the back of Cascais Shopping to do a job there. And the actual hillside behind the shops was collapsing as I drove past.
like actively collapsing.
Yeah, it was moving. I forgot to mention it. We had so much to talk about. I've got to mention it to you.
Yeah.
So it was slipping down as I drove in. And so as I was leaving my job, the fire brigade returned. And then I was going to go to the Norburys for my last job. As I went on the motorway, it literally just erupted. I mean, it was hail to start with, about 3 minutes, and then pelting rain, and then a tree at the side of the motorway just disintegrated right in front of me. It was like maybe 100 yards away, and just collapsed into the first 2 lanes. So I drove around it and sent Ellen a message saying, "I'll see you next time. I'm not fucking getting out in there." I got home
because when I walked you to the gate, like it was a little bit of sunshine.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Jumping around, and like this is just luring us out, and then it's gonna fuck us. Yep.
Yeah, it was literally 8 minutes after 8 minutes after I left your house. It was just chaos.
Yep.
And you know where my garage is? So I've got like my cafe and I've got the Black Cafe.
Yeah.
I was driving up to the Black Cafe and a car was pulling out of a parking spot. So I thought, I'll park in there. And as I backed in, the tree at the side, a big pine tree, just split into 2 and collapsed over somebody else's car as I was reversing into my parking spot. So yeah, it's been a bit wild.
Yep.
Did you
That's
just
for
keep
sure.
reversing and like okay? I'm gonna get my bow and arrow out and see if I can,
Maybe
see if
put
I
it in the
can-
garage.
Yeah, like I've seen 2 trees split on my way home. I might as well split one myself. Yeah.
There you go.
It is mildly moist, isn't it? That's what
Yeah.
my
Who's got-
for it.
Who's got the TV on?
Chris has. So,
Yeah.
Chris,
Yeah.
mute yourself if you're going to
Chris, mute yourself, buddy.
I took care of it. There you go.
There you are.
Anyway,
Yeah, so it's been a crazy week and a crazy day.
there you go. The sun will be out tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, for a second, and then it'll.
There you go.
Nah, it should be nice. From tomorrow onwards, it shouldn't be too bad. It's like tonight and this morning is going to be pretty, and then after that, it should be okay. So,
I've got Thursday off next week. Thursday next week is my free day.
it's going to be shit then. Thursday.
Have a look at the forecast now. On the 10-day
It's gonna rain
forecast.
on Thursday.
I can
Oh,
already
it's
tell.
gonna piss down all day fucking Thursday, yeah.
If you've booked it, it's going to be fucking diabolical. I'll expect some
Yeah.
other kind of
And
disaster.
all I want to do is do firewood. I want to spend the day doing firewood, and it's going to piss down all fucking day.
Well, just like being back in the homeland, so you should be used to it.
It's not.
Mum and Dad,
rain is-
Mum
it's back in
and Dad got home. Mum and Dad got home to Manchester to -3.
it. Oh man. Oh, there's a brilliant new Manchester comedy, Lee. You will have to watch called Small Profits. It's really good, man. I would definitely watch it. It's well worth watching. A little TV series. Take like a couple, like 2 hours to get through it, and it's still really good. You'll like it. It's about a man.
You know I don't watch TV.
You'll like this though. It's about a man in a shed who grows homunculus. So I think you'll enjoy it.
I don't watch TV, Pete. You know this.
But they're based in Manchester as well.
Okay.
So
Okay. What channel is it on?
It's
TikTok.
it's like BBC kind of thing. So
There you go. I can't get BBC.
Yeah, you can. I'm sure you can.
Ow.
Just
Anyway,
ask Eric. Watch it around Eric's. There you
Yep.
go.
I'll figure it out for you.
I know Eric's definitely got it. So there you go.
Yeah, I do.
The last
So,
time I
Ken-
went to the last time I went to Eric's to watch TV, I ignored it for 90 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was here
yeah.
on Tuesday night
Yeah.
watching Man
Yeah.
United.
Yeah, Eric got a
You
shirt.
fucking-
Yeah, Eric got a
fucking-
shirt. Eric
Oh.
earned his shirt, but he turned on the television and got a shirt. Yeah.
Oh, you like
Yeah.
the last minute of that one? And flipping heck, that was a game. and a
Is he
half.
wearing it, Eric? Are you wearing it now? Is that the shirt you got on now?
No, it's not. This is my.
Oh,
Friday
my
shirt.
dad. My dad will be very disappointed you not wore
All
your
right.
United
Hold
shirt tonight.
on.
So my mum and dad came over this week, and my dad wanted to watch United, and they kind of insisted that I had to find somewhere with United on. So Eric kindly volunteered his TV for 90 minutes. So Carl came over as well, and he watched the football, and I spent 90 minutes ignoring anything on the fucking TV. There you go.
You know, it's the only time in my life.
Lee,
Magic.
you spend
Only
did
for about a
you
minute.
spend the evening on our balcony smoking? Yeah.
I was on I went on the balcony
Yeah, you
for
did.
quite a while smoking. Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
After
I
our
played on
music
my phone.
performance
I
at
played on
Newcastle.
my phone a bit, and I made a few stupid comments about girls running around kicking bags of air.
There you
Yeah.
go. Okay, thank you, sir. Kent, I've actually seen some footage from not too far from where you live this week, and it looked like the Hudson River, we'll say, going down the middle of the street.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I mean, I know of it, and last week I was out. Last week I was out with the yacht dads, and some of them live in that in the muck, and so I heard reports and saw photos from them and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it was crazy.
obviously, I'm up the hill, and
Yeah.
in a condo, it's secluded, and I haven't been down, but yeah, it looks that just what I've seen, it's just looked interesting. So yeah,
Yes.
and of course, I'm now closer and closer to the Atlantic. So eventually, if this keeps up, the arc that I'm building, was going to come in handy as I'll be waterfront adjacent as the rest of it falls in. How was my week? I saw Lee. There we go.
Kent
Wow.
did have his own major weather disaster today.
Did he?
Yeah, his cigarettes blew off his table on the balcony and
Yeah.
off the balcony onto the ground beneath, and now he's 3 floors up. It was a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
His cigarettes went straight off the balcony. The wind caught them. Shoom.
which required me to escort my guest to the gate, which is why I walked him out. So yeah,
I see.
I had to go down and get my pack of smokes, anyways.
Hopefully they were still smokable by the time you got them.
Yeah. So
Okay,
because
good.
because I had that 8-minute window before the rain fucked with Lee.
The next rain.
Okay.
Because actually, when I walked him out, like I was saying it, like it was actually there was a bit of sunshine, that little little thing just before the hail gets you. So
Yep. That's where you got to run. Because it's coming.
actually, Lee, it did kind of open up. I do remember because like after I walked you out, car came in and the garage opened up and it started coming down, and then I just ducked into the garage. So
Yeah, it was literally 8 minutes. Because I got up on the A5 and driving away from Al Qabadesh. It was literally 8 minutes from when I left your house. I had the sat nav on with a timer on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was 8 minutes from when I left your house. It just went from being blue skies to torrential, and God knows what the wind was. It was enough to snap trees anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so one thing about my office being on this attic level, the top is I don't have a direct window. I have this skylight, so
Oh,
I
okay.
hear it. I hear it, but I don't, unless I like people up, I don't actually see the Hellboy news. Yeah,
But everything else is good with you?
everything's good.
Great. Glad to hear it. Garbo, sir, I see you still have your power on, which is a good thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
all around. So, how's your week been?
Well, welcome to my world, gentlemen.
Yeah, there you go.
Except you guys have still got power, so you're okay. You're okay, right?
Yeah. Like maybe make him full screen. I'm gonna see how if his feet are up on blocks or what he's got going
Well,
on there.
and most people think this is the man cave, right? But I've actually transferred it inside the ark. We're now in the the belly of the ark.
Yeah, because I actually had my carpenter who's going to build custom shelves because I'm in this loft area, so I can't just buy ready made like IKEA thing. I gotta have things cut and stuff like that. So I'm like, how are you on Arx? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the elephant's over there.
Like what do you know about a cubit? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a forearm, isn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
It is indeed. Yeah, I love it.
Just depends how long your forearm is, isn't it?
There you go.
So yes, what an interesting week. Another interesting week in the Galvo files. Another fight for survival against the elements. After I spoke to you guys on Friday, we had a brief soiree of power, and then Saturday it went out. We got it back again on Wednesday. We've had a couple of twitches here and there since, but it's plenty of wood around here. We seem to be doing okay at the moment. We seem to be all right. But do you know, when you've got no lights or anything and it's dark and you've got the storm raging, that's when it becomes really, really scary, isn't it? Because you really don't know what's out there. And I ventured out onto the patio and I could hear like things like crashing and bashing. And where I live, there's a farm with lots of outbuildings made of corrugated sheets and stuff. And I was out on the patio and all of a sudden they go whack. I thought, I know what that is. That's a roof panel. So it's like head back indoors. And I just saw it go through the street lights down the road into the field.
That's what I'm going to say. That's where you need to keep your head down.
I think I'll go back in.
Flying. Yeah. Oh boy.
But I mean, I'm pretty lucky compared to those others looking at the Mondego region. I mean, they are roundly fucked, really. It's like an inland sea when you look at it now. It's just incredible.
Gary, everywhere he recognised before, he's fucked.
Yeah.
There's very few places left that aren't fucked. Where we had your dinner, where you could have your birthday dinner that time.
Yeah.
Gone.
Where
Sorry,
you
just
go?
played that.
Oh, we had
Where's the punchline?
We went down for your birthday dinner outside of Stubble.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's not there anymore.
Oh, fuck no.
no, it's all gone. Stubble last week was under 4 foot of water. The city centre.
I saw on the other side. I didn't know because some of this.
It would take you.
Everyone said it. It's very specific to where it hits, and so I saw on the Stubble side that it was all river. But yeah,
where you parked your car, Pete, when we went for dinner and you parked your car, you were driving speedboats up there last Wednesday.
I'm not surprised, man. That restaurant that guy's got, fuck me.
It's gone. It's gone. It's underwater.
All of those coastal places, all those places when you thought, oh, I'll get somewhere by the river, that looks lovely. That does. Oh, I can go on a boat.
Yeah.
I can
All gone.
Fuck.
All gone.
We had a river down there. I didn't even fucking know about it. It's now about 20 foot wide. It's mate, honestly, there's stuff I just didn't even know existed. But I'm really glad for the drainage that we've got here, man. Everything is about drainage. So
the beach at Fontatellia is a really steep.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the drainage, like, and then you drain into who?
Yeah, well,
all that concrete protecting your solar. Like, where's that going? Yeah.
well,
There's a steady There's a steady beach.
What hippie did you take out? Yeah.
I
There's
don't
a
know.
steady beach on telly that then goes really steep up to the restaurants. All the steep bit now has gone. So the whole of Fontelli Beach now is flat. They've lost hundreds of thousands of tons of sand has gone. You can't replace it.
No.
You can't. So the beachfront now is 100 meters back from where it used to be.
You can.
And that's all thank you.
Barcelona, they replaced the beach before. It just depends how much fucking money you can get. You can
Right.
do it.
Yeah.
It's
No,
possible.
Pete, it's 10 miles long. It's 10 miles long, and it's what 600 yards wide. There's not enough sand in Portugal to replace it.
Yeah, but where's
I
it
mean,
gone? Where's it gone?
I
mate?
mean,
That's what I'm thinking.
there's GPU and RAM storage. It's all silicone, so like it's sand is surprisingly expensive with the for all the
Yep.
concrete infrastructure, everything else. So yeah,
Sounds amazingly cheap here, man. Honestly, I can get a delivery of sand, a truck full, flatbed full for like €80. So
well, I
Eight euros?
80, not 8.
How much, Pete? How much, Peter?
Pete, you're
Yeah.
80 euros. We're going to need about 7 million of them.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I'm telling you, Pete.
If you've
Okay,
got the
no.
infrastructure, if you can do it, is all I'm saying. Is
No,
they're
no,
not
Pete,
being smart for beaches.
you can do it because you're a hoarder and you have a lot of land. So no, if I were you, I would stock up on sand. Forget hoarding your canned goods.
Oh,
and,
it's nuts. The land, the one benefit has been the land looks amazing. That's so green. And it's not a green I see in England. It's like a completely different colour. It's amazing, man. And the wildlife has gone bananas. Fuck me. The number of birds I've got now compared to what I had before, just because of how wet the land is. There's the frogs though. Fuck me. No wonder fucking our mate thought they were monkeys attacking. Honestly, it's fucking loud. It's untrue. So I don't know. But yeah, Gary, it must be mental. Because when I drove like Dye just to sit in that road going to yours and back is just fucked, man. Honestly, because it's made a lot of it's hilly. Just loads of the trees have just fucking come down, and with the extra.
They're just shattered, haven't they, and bent over and mashed to bits. But the other thing is, right, in January, I drained my swimming pool, right, to do some work on it. I was going to do some bits and pieces. It's now almost full again.
I've drained my pool now 8 times since the rain started. Right? So,
mine was completely empty. There's nothing in it.
But not like no. I have to make sure it doesn't go. Can't go below the filter level because otherwise I'll get an airlock. But it's like it's still kind of It's just you just have to keep an eye on it because the rains we've had have been nuts. We've had like a year's rainfall in like a couple of days, So it is fucking mental.
It's crazy, isn't it? It really is mental.
Have you seen the A1 collapse?
Yeah. Fuck it, man. That's the whole of Coimbra fucked.
Yeah. That's the main artery between Lisbon and Porto.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That must be costing fucking millions. It must cost millions every hour it's closed. Because
they thought they were going to run some trains this morning, but they canceled that.
This is not going to be a quick fix. It's not something you can do in a couple of days. It's going to take time.
Well, Gary,
I TAP's adding more flights, but I don't think 8 flights a day are going to cover the amount of cargo. It's going to be
No.
I heard on the news today, Gary, they're sending the army up to you.
The army have been here for a few days, a week or so, but they're fucked up now.
It said on the news today they were sending them up today, so they got there early. That was a quick reaction. They got there 6 days early.
They've gone to Coimbra now.
I saw them up there when I was giving Dye a lift last week, so they've been there for a while, haven't they, Gary? But
they're like typical army, right? There's loads of them, but they need somebody to tell them what to do, otherwise they're fucked. They just
They've turned up with no gear and no idea.
Yeah, all they need to do is who do I hit with the butt of the gun? And no. I was gonna say everyone's pitching in, from elsewhere, and there's lots of loads, but everything's devastated. So who knows what's gonna get to you? Just because what do you attack first? Obviously the A1's gonna get fixed first, but
But it's just the erosion. It's going to carry on for a couple of weeks now.
Oh yeah.
And the fact is,
Everything's wicked. Everything's going to knock over. Like it's freaking. I don't know how it is up by you, Garbo, but yeah, it's quite gusty right now, which will knock over more stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen I mean, we've got trees who are bent over at ridiculous angles. A few of those are going to go, over the next few days and take out power lines and stuff. So it's not going to be, a few days worth. It's going to be weeks and weeks and weeks.
And the other thing is, how much of it do you do? I've just redone the road, and I might have done it too early because with all this rain, it might get fucked.
Definitely too early. Definitely.
Thanks again, Lee. Cheers for that. Yeah, but I couldn't. I've got to have it flat enough for my Tesla to not get any damage. So
we've got fucking April. People, April. Yeah.
But I want to just make sure it's flat enough all the way. All the way around. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, Pete, you can have a lot of delivery trucks of sand coming.
Yeah, right.
I love my
as you hoard. Yeah.
I'll give you a really good example of how Portugal's different from England, right? I underpaid him by €50 back in November, right? And he didn't want the money off me until he came to do the delivery like this week, yeah. And I would never get that in the UK off any tradesman at all. Do you know what I mean? So
Nope.
Just lovely, really, really nice. And when he was delivering it was just pissing, absolutely fucking pissing down. So, and with sideways rain, as all of you have experienced so far this week. So, yeah, no, they're lovely. They're really good. So, yeah, I'm happy to have it all. But we only had one sunny day to do it, which was like Thursday. And yeah, it's back to shit again until tomorrow lunchtime, apparently. So, I don't know. It's just nuts.
Thanks, Garo. New World. I'm not sure where you might be. You still tuned in? Maybe not.
All right. Kick him off. Book him off.
Okay.
Don't like him anyway.
A couple of comments. Hello, peeps, from Square Eyes. Simon's out there. Good evening, Simon. Hope all is well in your world with your new addition to your family. And Square Eyes also says he hasn't seen anything about floods in the UK news. So
incredible, isn't it? How they don't know.
It's kind of underreported.
I found a new beer from Lidl's. Right, I'm trying it tonight. Where are we?
Argus.
Oh,
okay.
It's toasted. It's toasted. Yeah.
Has it got cheese and ham in it?
doesn't have a lucky strike.
We're talking 6.6%. That's very nice.
Wow, good for you.
Okay,
that's getting on to sort of.
Yeah, that's a good start. But if it's toasted, it should also have a lucky strike. It's toasted.
It's nice. It's hard to explain. It's a little bit like mild almost. It's.
Let me see what it looks like. Is it a brownish?
Yeah, brownish. I'll give you a full one in a minute. But
so it's like a toasted lager, I guess.
Toasted lager, but not lager really. It's almost. I don't know. It's very almost like a mild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they got the little toasted amber. So yeah,
There you go. Chris, I'll give you one more go before I kick you off.
Okay, kick him off.
I think he's having some trouble with his technology tonight because I hear some crackling and stuff. Lee, I think you're still within earshot. Have you heard from Jason lately? How's he making out?
Yeah, his new place is fine. He's offering to do any labour for local residents. So it seems like I've not spoken to him directly. I'm just watching on Facebook. I've sent him a couple of messages, the message back. So
okay,
he's all
he's
okay.
Everything's okay where he's at.
Actually, Jason has been very good. He's been very morale boosting. He's been putting little posts up with quite happy music, offering his services to the community as far as generators and stuff are concerned. So.
And roofing and whatever he can do to help anybody.
It's generally been a good egg, isn't he? So nice one, Jace.
Good. Okay.
He's in a good place. He's doing okay.
What was that?
He's in a good place. He'll be doing okay.
He put a photo up. He put a photo up on Facebook, and it was like the back of him looking out across fields in sunshine. And I said, "Fuck, mate, when was that?" He said, "December."
Oh yeah, but by the way, Garbo, the moment you want us to come up and do something, whether for you or for your neighbors, we'll be there. But
Yeah.
obviously, but
Gavo,
right now,
I'll just take over this conversation. I won't bring Kent with us. Don't worry.
no,
You've got no book to be bound.
I will
You've
coordinate.
got no paper to be printed. I will bring useful people with tools.
Is he a bit like Margot at The Good Life? You know, the posh girl next door.
Yeah, you'll turn up with a frog and complain about the noise.
Yeah, I have paper samples I can bring. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That'll be for another day.
There's
So,
a colour. There's a colour check.
Anyway. Oh, stand by.
There's
Yeah.
the colour check.
There we go.
There you go. That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
That looks okay, that, yeah.
That's nice. It's very smooth. Very smooth. Doesn't feel like
Good.
6.6, but
I'm going to test Gary's wine knowledge now. I'm going to test Gary's wine knowledge. Can I get full screen?
yes,
yeah, of
come on.
course you can.
Gary, what wine's this?
It's white wine. I can give you that much.
Can I guess? Can I
Hang
guess?
on, put it near the
Wait a
camera.
minute, Kent. Put in. Kent's going to cut in. Kent, what wine is it?
No, it's his JP.
There you go.
Oh, but by the way,
Oh,
by the way, you saw Katie earlier, but she now is buying JP white wine. Excuse being, well, that Lee might want it sometime when he comes over.
Ah.
But she has her little tipple, so she's like, Lee's right, because like,
You know what?
it turns out Lee. Turns out Lee is always right. My nails used to say it. Is that she's like Lee's right. That is the right price for a good glass of wine. So
$2.99 for a bottle of wine, and it's fucking good to drink. It's perfect. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, so
That's all right.
she agrees with you that is a fair price for a good wine. So yeah.
The key is when it gets to $2.19, you got to get out there and buy a case.
Oh yeah, you're gonna buy a couple of boxes when it's on offer. Yeah, go out there, buy as you can. Yeah, as much will fit in the fucking kitchen.
When
Yep.
it gets to below €2, Lee's going to be like some guy in a porn film. Is like,
You can always see that though. I love the supermarket shelves because when you get a really good offer, especially like Arshen, you'll get a whole wipeout. Someone will just come along, usually me, and just buy
Or
the
me.
whole fucking
Or me.
oh, it's you fucker. Is it?
Oh no! You always see the sale, and then maybe there's a straggler behind, but yeah,
Right.
it's always cleared out.
But the problem is, if it's in the kitchen, I go for drinking one bottle of wine a night to drinking fucking 3. Because it was cheap when I bought it, so it's drinkable. It's
Yeah.
more of an offer. It's more of a bargain. Yeah, I can't do it.
I used to hate red wine when I was in England, right? I always used to drink white, like Frascati and stuff. I would always go for kind of something Italian and crisp. And here, the reds are so good. I love red wine here. It's so much nicer. So, like, Gary, that one I told you, the one you and Linda reviewed, that fucking, I've got it over here, Papa Amarello thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I saw the other day. I was getting Jeroboam's for $5.99 before Christmas. It's now €13. So I was fucking chuffed.
Wow.
I've got loads of that. I've got absolutely tons, but I've got too much, man. You guys are gonna have to come and help me drink some.
Yeah, there's never too much red wine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
I've got
How's Dan doing?
What's that?
yeah, not bad. I'm still going to try and train her for truffle hunting. So far, she's been quite inadequate. I took her up the track today. She didn't sniff anything out, but I'm hoping later on she'll kind of develop the sense. So
But she's up and about.
she is up and about. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so she's
I've been out
fine.
walking today.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
good.
Talk about you, not to keep your gob shut, woman. Know your fucking place.
No, you did get your trotters out, but it's not the season for truffles. So yeah, so you get your legs about you, and then we'll get the
Exactly. There's truffles and then there.
we'll get the snout down there when it's the season.
Mm.
We need a little decay, not with you, but with the ground. Yeah.
They did
That-
a really
that-
interesting test, right? On people, they blindfolded them, and they had to get them to follow a trail of chocolate spread, right? So they said, I think after a little bit of practice, most people were pretty capable of following chocolate spread. But now Di's got some pig in her. I'm sure that we can get her to follow some truffle somewhere.
She's got a head
I
start.
think it's a
Yeah.
good job.
sure.
Yeah, exactly. There's got to be some genetics in it, I reckon, definitely.
Let's see how that works out for you.
I'm sure I'll be selling truffle soon enough, definitely.
Okay. The
Okay.
rains have been relentless. Glad we're up in the hills, not in the river valley. Somerset has also been inundated around Glastonbury tour. That's from
Yeah, I
Simon.
was talking to some of the folks back in the UK, and they've had more or less wall-to-wall rain, but I don't think quite on the level that we've been having it. They've been having
Yeah.
rainy days, but this is something else. This is monsoon, daily monsoon.
The UK's pretty much set for it. They expect it and it's designed for it.
You guys
not
never
done
see any fucking weather. It's shit, man. It's really shit. It's going to be really bad. They've got really bad snow coming to Scotland, which is always fucking really bad snow anyway. But and they've got really bad snow coming to the Alps. But France is hitting the front of the winds. It's getting the same kind of wind speeds we had with the last, well, with that first Kristen one, the one that really fucking fucked everyone. So
Yeah.
Like I saw that the winds are blowing a little bit north. The trade winds are it's like it, yeah. So
Well,
we're getting the back end of it, not like a hurricane where that really whips
Yeah.
around, but
but
I
we
saw
still
a newspaper report that
oh,
I saw a newspaper clip or a news report that 900,000 French people have lost power. I mean, what was we 56,000 or something? So there's more French than us. I get that, but 900.
but they deserve it, though,
there's like
Gary.
there's
Isn't it, really? And then it's not like they're going to have a bath or a shower or something. So they're
I was
fine.
going to say they don't shower anyway, so what the hell's the big
It
deal?
just improves the kind of the moistness of their cheese, is what I'd say. They can ferment a little bit longer. Absolutely, definitely. As long as it's Parisians, it's even better. Honestly, that's my favourite place in Paris. Go to the catacombs and see like 6 million
Allegedly.
dead French people. Fantastic. Dead Parisians, even better. Honestly, the best ever. So no, there's some great places to go. Definitely.
I fucking hate the French.
Hey, Chris, I see you are going to give it another go. You want to try it again?
Have you seen Lee, the latest thing, right? The French have done. So the Louvre had that big fucking theft from an open window where they left a ladder next to it.
Oh
right?
yeah.
The latest one they've had is they had a plumbing leak, which has just destroyed this beautiful 19th century painting just because they didn't get the leak in time. So,
Yeah, I mean that's making the news, but it's been nonstop.
Hold on, Chris is trying to broadcast. Chris, go ahead.
Oh my God.
Chris, speak to us.
Go.
I think you just put the telly on for a bit. It's internet in London, I reckon, is what it probably is.
Okay. Sorry.
Somebody stole the internet. Someone's nicked the internet in London.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah.
Some migrant with a pocket knife.
I'm looking at our host. Yeah. So.
So anyway, my week, I spent a lot of it with Lee and his family and Carl and a bunch of other people. We did some things, had some dinner, watched some football. What else did I do this week? Not a whole lot.
You saw Baby Pack. You saw Baby Pack. We're not mentioned that yet.
What do we do?
We saw Baby Pack.
Oh, I was going to ask Eric. Speaking of football, did you watch the U.S. Football thing that they have, the Super Bowl?
Yeah, who won? Who won?
You did. I have no idea.
Seattle Seahawks beat the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
Boys.
because I haven't heard anything about it since from here.
Yeah.
Convincing.
I did
win,
watch.
Margin? Good score.
Eric, you just watched it for the halftime show, didn't you? I'm
No,
sure.
I watched it because I had boxes. I didn't see any of the halftime show, none of that. I had Super Bowl boxes, so it's all about
Oh, I
gambling.
forgot. I didn't have boxes because number
Yeah.
one, my the bar that was my homeland that closed during COVID. And then I used to get my boxes from Christie's. From the head of legal used to run the boxes gambling thing, and I forgot I'm no longer at Christie's. So I didn't have any boxes this year, so I had no skin in the game. So
Yeah.
You're slipping, man. You're slipping, Kent. I'll tell you. It's going.
well, yeah.
So while I made a lot of money last year, I didn't make a lot of money this year. But It was Garbo just encapsulated. It was kind of a boring game until the fourth quarter. The Patriots couldn't do anything on offense, so I forget, Seattle was up, I don't know, 19-0 or something. And, no, Garbo asked.
You say
Garbo
that
asked.
after watching Man U get beaten for like 90 minutes, 95 minutes, 96 minutes. So glad you got
Same then, mate. I did the same then. I yawned all the way through it.
Yeah. So anyway,
I don't want to talk about football.
No,
Not an exciting game,
Lee, none of us care, so don't worry about it. You're amongst friends, but also in anything other than the kicky football. Like scores can change. Scores can change very quickly in other sports.
And managers, as Peter's found out.
Managers change quite often.
Gary, I was trying to.
Unless management is complete shit and it never makes a change, even if your teams never won a playoff game. Yeah, so
we've got the best stadium, one of the best stadiums in the world, and we might be playing championship football next year. And we could even get to the later stages of the Champions League and get relegated. That is fucking shit. We are. It's unbelievable. Fucking hell! It's never been a good thing. All those years of suffering. In the 80s, we won things and stuff regularly, fucking now. Oh, it's just terrible.
Yep. At least you have a nice stadium, though. That's good.
Well, I think I blame the retirement of the mullet. If we still had mullets, like proper mullets, like fucking Chris Waddle and what was that song they did? Diamond Nights, wasn't it? Hoddle and
Waddle, yeah.
We still had Chaz and Dave singing theme tunes, we'd be fine. But there you go. It's all gone downhill from there on. Oh, man.
Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much been my week. I try to go out as little as possible when it's raining. So I
could do a live for me in my my skylight can.
Oh, there you go.
It is pelting. Whatever's happening out there, it's like I hear it. I hear it slamming. Yeah.
So it'll be on its way here. All I can see is the wind, because there's some aerial TV antennas. Some people still have that, and I can see them going like this in the wind. So, yep. So anyway,
they just use them as drying racks, though, right?
Not that
they use them for lightning attractors, don't they? I love that. Di had in her house. She had, when she was growing up, they had a lightning strike that hit the TV area and blew the TV up. Right?
Oh boy.
Used to do that. They used to do that with alarming regularity. So I think Portugal's kind of the same. I love the fact it's still about 1973 in some of the
Yeah, I was assessed at the Lee when he was to go split wood on Thursday on his day off, just like maybe stick a couple iron lightning rods around and spread them out in the field and let nature do its thing. So
there's a little fire cam. He's got a nice fire going. Yep. Yeah, I've never had the heat on so much in my house as I do for the last 3 weeks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we haven't been able to have a fire at the new house, new place, because it's this exact same situation because we just moved condo over, but now we're on the upper floor, and the wind is different because it's a shorter stack to go up.
Yeah,
and so it started backing up. But then I also have a theory now that we don't have the proper grate, which Lee knows about. I have it. So basically it's good for like an hour or so, and then the wind does do this. The kind of fucks with it and kind of blows it back down. But I think we're just not getting enough updraft. So I think that we need to elevate it a bit. So I have been able to enjoy a fire like Lee, and Lee knows the situation. He's working as my agent on my behalf because I do nothing. Yeah. So
hopefully it helps you to correct your issue there. So
because when the wind was dampened one night, Katie had a fire going, and like an hour was good. But I feel like when it kind of like went down, that I think we need to like elevate it somehow. I think it's on us, not
you need to
but it was so windy though. It was blowing it right down.
Yeah, the downdraft. Yeah.
Back at us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but my
Lee knows all this. I pitched him the idea, and he agrees that this might be a solution. So, but yeah,
I was watching-
we had abandoned having fires this year.
I was watching the flow to the burner in the kitchen there in the storm. And it was kind of like doing a bit of a wahoo, just knocking around, and I've had to strap it together with metal rods and just patch it up as best as I could, because otherwise it would be somewhere in fucking Detroit or something.
Yeah, Detroit. Doesn't need that. Yeah,
Not a good place to be.
There was a wheelie bin washed up in Portugal this week.
Really?
And that came from America. It was lost in 2002 in some hurricane. So it was from some place in the States in 2002 that had a bad storm. Yeah, a bin, a plastic bin. Yeah, but the label with a city name on it and the barcode, a number on it, they could track where it had come from. So it's been at sea for like 22 years or 24 years, whatever.
Okay, are we gambling on this? I know you lost in your Super Bowl boxes.
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna go Piggly Wiggly. What do you got?
I'm gonna say have to be a little broader.
By the way, Piggly Wiggly is a Florida thing. So yeah,
I was gonna say it came from Florida for sure.
Yeah.
Because I know they barcode all their trash bins and stuff. So it could be that.
I genuinely can't remember where it came from. I could never find the post again. It was just my week to look at.
I'll just report back next week because we'll follow up on that.
Yeah. We're gonna track that. It'll be part of it.
So Simon says,
around for 22 years.
Let me write that on my list. We got a country. Which country's gonna fall next? We got our death pool. We'll put this down. We'll put down who's got what.
So Simon says, thanks guys, baby doing well. He's had his bottle and having a nap for a couple of hours. So that's good.
Make the most of it.
Yep. Yeah. So one of the highlights of the week, I guess, is we got to see Santosh and his child along with his wife when we had dinner out the other night. So that was nice.
He's a cutie, isn't he? He's a proper cutie.
Yeah.
Very well behaved. Didn't make a sound the whole time. Didn't make a sound. So
it was his first venture out of the apartment since he's been born. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, first time out.
Wow. So he was totally shocked. So that's why he didn't say anything.
Yeah, he was looking at everything, what to touch it. My dad tried to give him beer. Typical Mancunian.
I was saying your first night out. He's your mother entertained him, I guess. So. Yeah.
Santos bought my mum a cashmere. Not a blanket, more like a smock. Made him yak hair. She was over the bucket. Even when she was sick, even when she was really poorly, she was over the moon with it. She had it on her all the time. She took it home. Now it's on her bed at home.
There you go.
Bill Kendall lights start moving around.
It must have cost a fucking fortune.
Yeah, I mean that really means something because I had an Ethiopian friend who gave my mother like what they call it? I can't remember. I knew it forever, like Gabi or whatever, but basically traditional Ethiopian thing like that. And my mother treasured it, even though it was just because it meant so much to have something that was a handcraft from someone's country. So yeah, it's got to be delightful for your mother.
No,
I found our country's thing, so we can put that.
He bought it purposely for her. So they bought it back from Nepal purposely for her. And he didn't get to see her during the summer, so he held on to it, and he brought it to the dinner on. When was the dinner? Wednesday. He brought it to dinner on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
And she was over the moon.
Simon says, "Good to see doing well, Diane." So there's a little shout out for Diane from Simon.
All right, let's not talk about it again. We mentioned it once. That's enough.
Okay, well, Anyway,
Don't want to
Chris
get a
is
big
still
headed about
there.
it. Like
Chris is
you fucking
still
deserve some
muted.
sympathy.
so anybody have anything they want to kick around before we do something else?
I'm a bit disappointed this week, actually.
Go ahead.
I've
In
googled
yourself?
myself in the Epstein files. I've not been mentioned once.
Did you try Googling Black Bar Lee? No.
Yeah. What
Me-
about your
Me and Charlie Sheen are the only two people that haven't been mentioned, and I'm a bit gutted about it.
Did you not use the term pegging?
Yeah, exactly. If you put Manchester pegging in, you would have got a shitload of results.
There you go.
How about that one? Honestly, I'm sure you mentioned just in bypassing, just for the pegging alone, I reckon. Definitely.
Me and Charlie Sheen are the only two men not mentioned in it, and I'm a bit upset about it. But a bit pleased that me and Charlie Sheen are the only two that have been mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Very good.
clearly him saying that we've all been mentioned. I guess I haven't looked into it.
I haven't either.
Yeah, you're all on it. I don't know why.
Nobody's called me, so I'm not asking any questions.
I honestly, I'm kind of surprised, really, about people's reaction to these Epstein files, as if they didn't know this sort of thing goes on with the rich and powerful in the world. Of course, it fucking goes on. We know it goes on. They're
Yeah,
twisted
but
and-
I don't know if we knew that the Queen was at letting prostitutes come round to Buckingham Palace for.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Then,
It was
all that sort of stuff. I don't think Andrew ever banked on the fact that every single thing he said in that interview could be disproved by emails that him and his wife wrote like constantly. I didn't know. You know, there's quite a lot that we didn't really know that has been kind
Yeah,
of.
but put it in
shown
context. Even Queen Victoria was banging anything with the pulse, wasn't she? Really, and that was years and years ago.
Well, yeah, but not. It wasn't quite selling secrets to people for prostitution. So, I mean, it wasn't quite the same. It's kind of. I think if they're prosecuting Mandelson, you know, I'm hoping my Prince Andrew. This is all edging towards my Prince Andrew bet as being the first one. that's-
former Prince Andrew. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, but then
By
former-
suicide or murder, Pete.
Well, I don't know. There's going to be something. I'm hoping there'll be. It's not going to be a natural death, is it? Well, it might be. It will definitely be a natural death, drowning in 2 foot of water when he's a great swimmer. That's the sort of thing that will happen. So, yeah.
Drowning in his own sweat.
Ooh.
In pizza,
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
No, because he held it all in. It suddenly released itself. I see how we're going with this, and suddenly all the sweat came off of him, like all the years just suddenly poured off of him, and he
Suddenly
drowned.
burst like some dam.
It drowned him because he kept bursting. So
I
Yeah,
know.
it's
Oh,
former
that's
missus-
a good theory, Garbo. So
His former missus is just as bad. I mean, she's probably even worse if the truth is known, with the
Oh,
daughters.
God, yes. Well, didn't she? They've got an email with her saying she wanted to marry Epstein.
Yeah.
Oh, that had nothing to do with him, apart from wanting to marry him because I owe him a shitload of money. And Private Eye, do you remember they ran ages ago? This is back in like 2011. They ran a thing saying with Fergie saying Fergie and Epstein and the two girls, Beatrice and she said. It had Epstein saying, "Will 25 grand do?" And he said, "What, for one of them or both?" It's pretty much the fucking same. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that we might have hinted or thought about. I don't think. I mean, I think the Queen comes out of this in a really bad light in terms of how complicit she was. I think the royal family are under quite a lot of pressure to do something that's not reactive. Do you know what I mean? So I think that is a big thing for the UK.
well, I think that my big takeaway, Garbo, is not so much that it happens as much as that how pervasive and how connected it is to one particular individual. Like that it's pervasive, and then how much it points to one thing. Not like there's like pockets of things like that, but just how connected it is.
Yeah, but that's being, rich, powerful, and you become corrupted in essence.
Yeah, but we don't all rape and bury people under golf courses. You know what I
Not
mean?
all, not all the time, anyway.
Well, I mean, but I
That's
yeah,
not the
obviously,
point.
I was obviously rich and stupid. They all like kind of like don't know cover the trap, but like if I came across some change and I wanted to get up to something nasty, like I maybe not tell anyone about it. So
But don't you think?
so,
Don't you think we've reached a point now where these people, because they are super rich, super powerful, and almost omnipotent,
right? They don't. There's no reason for them to try to cover their tracks.
Exactly, and it's like they turn around and say, "Well, I know what you're saying, but what are you going to do about it?"
Right.
And
Yeah, but then Garvo, traditionally when empires end, if you look at like the Mycenaeans or any of the great kind of empires that we think of, it's usually when there's too much of a disparity between the elite and the poor, and it's not always kind of yeah, all right. Sometimes it coincides with earthquakes and natural disasters and stuff, right? But it usually happens when there's been that huge disparity. And I'd say I think we're probably due some sort of change at some point in time.
we're talking about the system, Pete. The system will just reform somewhere else and do the same old trick all over again.
Yeah, I don't know. God, this year, well, last year, I was in Cambodia and I was walking around the biggest temple complex in the world, right? In a civilization that got completely forgotten. Just fucking no one fucking remembered them at all, right? And that was all just because of probably the kind of weather conditions that we've had here recently, right? Or something quite similar. And essentially it's amazing how quickly things kind of fizzle out. But what you think is impossible one day might not be the next. Do you know what I mean? We only dreamed of Trump in The Simpsons as a comedy act. Do you know what I mean? The guy that fucking what is it in Back to the Future? Biff is based on Trump, right? Yeah. Who on earth?
I can see that.
Like fucking
Is it?
Yeah, originally, yeah, Biff, the one that gets the shit dumped on.
I
him.
know who Biff is. Yeah, I know who Biff is.
Yeah, so he was based on Trump, right? Yeah, and The Simpsons, had that.
There was another actor who played him, but he wasn't Trump enough, so they
yeah,
like that character.
Yeah, look it up, Lee. Honestly, you can find out they based Biff on him, so it's kind of like the Back to the Future 2, where Biff gets the sports results and takes over. Yeah, it's kind of the world is fucking nuts. But you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, I liked Biff in Back to the Future. I felt sorry for him. I thought he got like he was my hero in it.
Got a bad press.
He's talking a word all night. Chris, can you hear us?
He's muted.
He's muted, so we can't. But doesn't anybody else get that feeling that those people in the world are just that powerful now that they just know they can get away with almost anything? And how?
Yeah, but I think those people have been around for a long time.
Okay, but I guess let me take another stab at this. Is that the different idiots like somehow are connected because like there's your royal like inbred like the bizarro world, but then also like the Trump universe, and then also like there's just like how are they involved in this with the same?
Because it's credibility, isn't it? Because if you think Epstein was a guy from the Bronx, if he's getting basically pictures of him at Buckingham Palace or in Sandringham or wherever else, it adds credibility to. Or that kind
of... No. I understand his incentive, but I worked for a British company for quite a lot of time, and one thing for us to look down on Trump and the way the Manhattanites would call him a pisser from the Queens, but yeah, so like at some point, why are you going to some sleazeback guy from the Bronx's thing that was just all propped up by, I mean, the money can't be that interconnected. It just seems like there should be.
Oh yeah,
it's about the fucking money.
Yeah, that's Eric saying, and I
No, and
appreciate
it's
Yeah,
true.
that's
And
right.
it's true with this as well.
I appreciate for you speaking for him since he's muted, but the but there is a certain amount of class distinction amongst a lot of people, not distinction, but like snobbery and stuff like that, where they wouldn't necessarily mix.
Uh,
Even now, and it's just been my experience that I know from dealing
part of
with
the emails.
because I used to deal with very wealthy people, and I know that they won't interact with certain people like that, and there's definitely an old money, new money thing that and they do not care for each other. So I was surprised that there was a mingling of
Well, the
of,
Queen
part-
used to have
I mean, part
you know,
of the emails that came out this week were about him trying to get involved with the Saudi royal family, and all the emails between him and the Saudi royal family were just all very dodgy, and it was referencing to the English royal family, to the Dutch royal family, and you know, I work with all these people. You should consider working with me, and it's just all very underhand, very sleazy.
who introduced Melania to Donald?
Who introduced what?
Melania
to Bubbles, to Bubbles, Michael Jackson's best friend.
to Donald. Who
Oh, okay.
introduced
Oh, I think I
the
said Bubbles.
first lady to Trump? Go on.
Don't know.
Epstein. So
Yeah,
it was
Epstein.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's not in fucking Melania. Jesus.
Well, no,
Christ.
it was brokered by someone I forget who else.
Yeah,
I honestly don't pay attention, but because I dealt not directly, but with the clients of like people who have this kind of wealth and power in my previous job. Yeah, like I know that the way the different groups navigated and how they interacted in different environments in the art world. But yeah, there's definitely a bit of a like sideways glance to certain groups. So
What was
There you
weird
go.
was how little money it was. Like for Mandelson to get 10 grand for his husband's homeopathy course or whatever it was, is a piddling amount of cash for the kind of information he was giving on when the banks were being funded. It's not like it was weird in terms of how trivial amounts were, and there's all that footage. We know.
well, I guess at the time you couldn't Google how much is this information worth.
Yeah.
So, like-
well, I don't know.
but now it's public record. So yeah, he just
Yeah.
And then you've got to keep
he's
it small.
undercut
Keep it small,
everyone.
otherwise people notice things, don't they? So you got to keep it to a certain amount, otherwise it attracts attention.
I don't know. I don't think it does anymore. I think the thing is, you can get away with massive things. I mean, when Trump's tax bill came out, that wasn't, the kind of thing. I didn't realize I paid more bloody tax than he had in the last 5 years.
That's because you have a lousy accountant.
Yeah,
So
that's good. You clever
Ooh,
accounting, that's what it is.
too soon. Yeah.
There you go.
but
So
yeah,
baby's pram came in useful while I'm not allowed to drive. Maybe we need to revisit that. Managed to get 2 packs of nappies and a crate of beer underneath. So
See, I
good
like
on
it.
you, Simon.
Ingenuity.
Okay. All right,
Ingenuity.
Simon, my Pascal, my firstborn, like we got a nice pram for him, and in Manhattan there's no car, so but basically a good size one like that was our shopping carts, wheeling them around. It was like and sturdy, so when you get the sleety rain, stuff like that, it was stable enough. I could just like run past everyone else who was like slipping and sliding on the sidewalks, and just like I'd pack that thing with groceries. It was basically having the equivalent of a Manhattan, walking sidewalk version of having a giant SUV. If I have a nice,
I don't know.
sturdy pram. Yeah.
There's one really good thing. If anyone's seen Total Recall, I love that anyway. But I love those Baby Bjorn ones, where you can strap the kid to your chest. I used to do that with James, and you can do that reveal with you've got a coat on of having like the mutant baby underneath. It's fantastic.
I had a different version, but the same idea of the Baby Bjorn. And I remember walking. The only time I really used it was taking Pascal around art galleries when he was a baby and at Christie's. So yeah,
I like it. Education. I like that. A bit of class there. Look.
There you go.
It's a Caravaggio. You've got to get into this.
So Simon's trying to
But by the way, but Garbo, your background. The reason why I kind of was jealous to see you full screen is you kind of have a Caravaggio, that background to you. The lighting and the
worked
dark
hard on
red.
I have worked hard on it.
He
didn't have the full tank like I did, so.
There you go.
No, but it was always implied. It was like you always you look at a
No, he's-
Caravaggio,
he's-
because Caravaggio was a fucking like nasty murderer.
Oh God, yeah,
He was quick with the dagger. It's like that. But in all his paintings, you kind of feel like there's a pool table just out of sight, like that he has a discrepancy with about. But yeah, so yeah, you feel it without actually seeing it. So I thought that's what he was trying to express in his art.
Is it the lighting coming from the one side? Is that what it is?
Well, it's not the lighting from one side, but also just like the chiaroscuro, as they say. So, or chiaroscuro, as they say.
Marvelous.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought that was a restaurant that all you could get was meat.
Well, it's the same stabbing and kind of
There you go.
yeah.
Oh, I like that.
They're not dissimilar. So yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Very good. So Simon says Meghan Markle's yacht girl revelations have been an eye opener.
Oh,
Sounds like she's
I didn't know.
done the rounds.
I have my yacht dads. I didn't know there's yacht girls. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe we should meet. Yeah.
That's a story I don't know about.
Yeah,
So
because some of them are single. So yeah.
there you go, ready to mingle.
or will be. Yeah.
So does anybody know anything about Meghan Markle's yacht revelations?
I don't know. I saw something in the press, whether you believe it or not, that she's had a bit of a maybe time with Andrew over the before.
Whoa.
Well. First of all,
Keep it in the family.
I don't care about gossip, and like I said, like I kind of keep my head down and just like read the bullet points. But yeah, so
Okay. Okay, Garver, do you have something for us or no?
I'm not really now. I mean,
Okay.
I'm still reeling from what was happened. So my head isn't quite screwed on. I'm just fucking running on fumes at the moment. So I don't know.
That's fine. No, I thought you had something about the Meghan Markle story. So.
I was gonna say Garver, you're not thinking about the big picture. You're thinking about the here and now and like
yes.
what might fall in. What do I need to
Right.
to worry?
Yeah,
about?
like what's that sound?
There's always someone worse off than you, is what I think.
Oh God, yes.
If you think about, I think about Paolo and Philomena. Philomena's just lovely, and what Paolo's going through at the minute as well is just
What's his? I don't know the story, Pete, because I've been out of the loop. What's happened to Paolo?
So he's had, I'm pretty sure, so he had a failure of his liver, which meant they had to put him into an induced coma for over a week, wasn't it, or something like that, something like 10 days or something. And loads of his other organs are collapsing, and they reckon he might need a liver transplant.
Right.
And then during that time, she's got another property in the village of Miranda, and the foundations of that have come away. She showed me this great big hole in the side of the house. So. And now Miranda itself, I don't know if you've seen the river water down there at the moment, but
that's the thing is that it's hard to get information of like these smaller places that hit. It's that like if this is like the U.S., there'd be wall-to-wall coverage, and it'd be plastered everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Just like Simon said, like he's not even aware of what's going on.
Why do you suppose that hasn't happened? I mean, I'm a bit puzzled about this. Why hasn't been more widespread? Is the Portuguese pressing it, or what?
I know this sounds awful, but when I was in India, I went through like a load of places that had a load of disasters, like 20, 40, 50 people killed. Yeah. And
you won't even know about it
in the English press because it doesn't sell a paper unless people are familiar with it. If it was the Algarve, right, and the Algarve got fucking wiped, it would be all over the British press, right? But because it's kind of hit that band in central Portugal and maybe a bit of the Silver Coast, but more in the centre, Leiria isn't all right. It might have a fucking ludicrous sized football stadium, but it isn't full of expats. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
No,
good.
but also it's all these little small towns and things like that. It just
Yeah.
it just like they're just like it's hit with and plus there's other stuff going on. It just
We
and
still got
yeah,
people here.
no, but also there's not we don't have as much journalism. We don't have local
No.
papers everywhere. It's not like the APs here. Not like we have reporters on the ground where everyone was trying to scrap
Well, we
together.
do. I tell you what we do, Garvo. If you follow Bearer Baisha, they're on fucking everything. Honestly, a car has a slight tap on another car and someone bruises their knee, they're on there, right? Honestly, it's like no reporting I've ever seen.
Well, no,
Nothing.
because there used to be just all these freelance reporters and stuff like that. And everyone upload, and there'd be like there was a whole network of it. But because
We've
everyone,
got
but no, but because then all the agencies who sell that to local papers and news things like that, because everyone just goes around that and looks at like social media and they don't pay for it. There's no infrastructure for anyone to do that. Yeah, because it used to be like you sell a photo. That's a career. Like you get one good shot, and
Right.
I'm not saying you can retire. I'm just saying like you get a good shot of something, and then that you can make a living out of it. But now it's just like copy paste, and then there's no royalty or whatever like that. But before, like people had the papers would if it went widespread, people would pay for it. But now it's just like copy and paste.
we do have some decent local TV channels. I think for Portugal, if you look at particularly your local area one, because they're public funded, it means that they are going to still report.
Well, that's the public funded, but I'm talking about just like the universe, because it's not getting uploaded to but they
upload on YouTube.
like Associated Press, right?
No, the rest of the world doesn't know about it. Like
they're not picking up on it. Yeah,
I speak to people in the States, and they're like, we didn't hear about that. And it's like,
well,
these are people that know what's happening. You know what I mean? They pay attention.
Because when I used to shoot fashion runway stuff, I shot indirectly for the Associated Press. And so that my photo would show up in Australia, whatever, like it would, because it was all distributed like that. This is back 30 years ago, and then because I was smart in my contract and kept my rights, I would get $3.
There you go.
for showing up in a Sydney newspaper. Yeah. So
I take a look at like 5 publications in Portugal nearly every day. Right. And you can go from one to the other, and they all have the same exact story. You know what I mean? It's you almost like, did they just change the banner on the top of the website?
Yeah.
Because this is all the same thing. You know what I mean? There's no nuance to it. There's no nothing. It's the same picture. It's, same video. It's the same story.
yeah,
But-
and back in the day when it was all just like them just like buying a subscription service from like the Associated Press or Reuters or like that, then people who had a good contract like me would get just like 50 cents.
There you go.
$4. Yeah.
So I've been on local.
Which times 10 that adds up. That's that 50 cents times 10 is that's some serious money to buy a beer in New York. So yeah.
There you go. What were you saying, Pete?
I was going to say, I think the local press here are pretty good. If I get the Fundao newspaper, I'll get a really detailed regional report on everything that's going on locally. But reporting is tricky here because of libel laws. So it means that you are kind of restricted much more restricted than you would be in the States or in the UK.
Yeah, you can't say anything about anything.
Well, to an extent, but you can cover positive stories quite well. So
I do want to know about Portuguese law about libel because I'm about to go to war with someone. But yeah,
yeah, be careful with libel.
My bad.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to see exactly what the Portuguese law and things.
It is interesting, right? And having you two American guys on here, because you guys experience this sort of weather in the United States. It happens, in certain places.
Yeah.
And on that sort of, with that in mind, what kind of level are we talking about? Is it parable something that might happen in the US here? Are we talking about the same level of destruction and disaster, or
Well,
been over dramatic?
Well, first of all, I don't know what exactly is going on. That's the point. Like, it's comparable. But as far as the onslaught, the nonstop, that's unique, which can wear you down because obviously I know my parents been through hurricanes. That comes, passes, and then and then there's the hopefully a period of recovery. But
Kent, there was that one year.
Back.
There was that one year in Florida, right? That they had like
Yeah.
3 straight, like 2 weeks, 2 weeks,
Yeah.
2 weeks, like
Yeah,
major
yeah.
hurricane, major hurricane,
Yeah,
major hurricane.
and they also like all rolled over, like
Yeah.
because I know your family's in the same area. So
That was unusual, right? And we don't see
that
that type of thing.
was
too much.
unusual because usually it's a kind of a burst storm kind of thing like that.
Yeah.
So, but there is like flooding, but yeah, it's kind of unique.
For it to
Yeah.
be as prolonged as it has been here,
But there
is quite unusual.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think because I'm trying to like go through all the sensational stuff I've seen. But yeah, there
Yeah.
has been like too much rain and flooding, and
Mhm.
they think things bursting and
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
I
Anyway,
guess. I mean, I guess like with you guys in America, you are used to it. You have the mechanisms to expect. You've had them before.
No,
So you've dealt with it to a certain degree. You've dealt with. You know what to expect. Here, they don't know what the fuck to do because they just devastated by it.
Well, I would say they don't know what the fuck to do. What they do know what the fuck to do is go there, have a photo shoot, have no. Honest, this is really it. Have like a thing, throw like paper towels and like see like and be there and say like we're here to help and stuff like that.
Right.
Do the photo shoot and then everyone leaves and then it's like then the infrastructure and like that, and then the U.S. is like has kind of a joke of the Army Corps of Engineers. So like we know New Orleans, the levees broke and stuff like that, and
Right.
that was just all that is like the Army Corps of Engineers is just like a bunch of like it's like investigation into it. It's just like they make all the wrong decisions because first of all they're trying to like divert nature and stuff like that, which is the wrong fight to be in to begin with. You should be working with it to like that, and so like they're just like, and of course like no one actually pays for infrastructure. That's why you see like things in the U.S. like also collapse, even though we have like they have a lot of money, a lot more in Portugal, but still. Things deteriorate and nobody inspects these things. But yeah, but people show up there for the photo shoot. So I would see you and your neighbors and see what's going on. But then and then they say like we're here to FEMA, the relief and stuff like that. But then it disappears because like my parents went through this the same thing. Right? Like people are there for like first 2 weeks or whatever, and then everyone's on their own. So,
but with somewhere like Florida, I mean. It is, fairly used to hurricanes. They get them fairly frequently. So there must be a plan that they developed over the years to deal with that
to a certain extent.
But here, they just haven't got. They just didn't expect it. It hit them like a fucking wrecking ball.
Yeah.
And
that
is what I see. That is what I see around the people around me. Is that in very much a state of shock. They don't really know what to do, who to talk to. How to deal with it? They're just like, just the next day is coming and let's just see what happens.
I mean, it was freak in a way. It's almost like 9/11 in New York, in a way that like it was just like because you got hit with like weird cyclones, like just like the bolts out of the sky, and like it's just like there's just no precedent for it. So
yeah, that devastation in Luria, man, and like in the coast, all those coastal towns, is nuts. But I have to say, where we are, everything they've at least had a go at fixing. Like fucking the roof blew in on.
Well, that's I mean because it's so isolated. Yeah, so
it's kind of they've done all the roads where the potholes have come up. The problem is. You just don't know how much worse it's going to get because the ground's waterlogged. Anywhere that's on any incline, and you know loads about this, Gary, more than I do, is ploughed because the weight of the soil is so waterlogged. It's prone to landslide, and especially with the fires. Any region that had fires in the summer and now is totally waterlogged now, the root structure isn't there to hold the soil together.
That's curious, Pete. That is a very good point, because when I went past Pedrogo Grande where they had the fire last year, right, I expected all those trees that were burned to either have snapped off or uprooted, and they're not. It really is bizarre and weird that the burnt ones are largely, okay, but all the other ones are on the side. And I can't understand that, because they should have, by logic, snapped off, shattered, or whatever, and they haven't.
Well, the other things a lot.
I was saying that brings up a point about Florida with all the hurricane in that area. Like it is swampy mangrove kind of like thing that which used to be a natural the nature, but the kind of thing that it's a buffer for the rest of the land, which is not really land. It's just basically just like this, like sandy, like thing. But it was a natural like kind of buffer that nature like kind of grew out of like what was destroyed, because they're constantly coming through. And then it was just like real estate development and stuff like that. That took that like, oh, we'll build there. We'll drain that and stick it in there. Yeah. So that's getting wiped out. But all the ground like that is kind of like flat, and it was just only someone developed on top of it. But it's like it is marshland and stuff like that. But you're talking about like regions with hills and trees and stuff like that. That's not something that happens in Florida that gets whipped through.
No.
Very random.
But-
Yeah.
Well, it's like the soil, Gary, as well, because the soil here is very sandy, right? It does retain a fair bit of water. But what I've noticed really interestingly around the farm is a lot of the plants that I'd expect to see now in February are dead. They've rotted through. So like I've got loads of brush that would naturally have grown that's just all dead, right? It's all completely rotten. A lot of the trees, you can look up and see how many trees you think are fairly rotten. And the problem is, once you've got a bit of a gust of wind, there's nothing for them to hold on to, because the soil is so waterlogged and so loose. I was weeding the other day. It pops when you pull them out. Honestly, it's like there is just no purchase on there at all. So we're going to see a lot more of that with the rain that we've got, and just with. So when do you rebuild?
But also like I mean, agriculture is not a huge thing in Portugal, though it is, but not huge. But also because of all this tropical thing and all the wet, the temperatures haven't dropped, so we haven't got like a little like a quick freeze or anything like that. So a lot of crops and stuff like that need that, or in plants of that need that like that trigger to let them know that like, okay, now it's time to do your thing, because you had that one frost that happened, and because everything's like tropically warm right now, because of the same storms that are coming through. It's like I don't know what's going to happen to a lot of crops and things of that nature.
That's a good point, Pete. What do you think your olive trees are going to do this year?
My olives are great because they're really deep roots, so I've had no issues.
but the whole like it's
I haven't-
against
Yeah,
green. It's
because
like the whole,
a lot of times they
everything's
just
thrown off, right?
they just need like the things. They're like,
right.
okay,
I think
now the season's changed, and now I need to
Right.
I
do
got
the
them all
next-
pruned, right, quite heavily, and they've grown a lot. I haven't had a single olive down, right, in all of the stuff we've got, and I think I'll get a really bumpy year this year. But I still haven't
Okay.
sold oil. I've still got like fucking 90 litres of oil sitting around the house, so I've got to kind of get my arse into gear and actually do something about it. But agriculturally, I've still been given, the local camera give you a form to fill in. I'm going to claim for my like greenhouse cover that got blown off and stuff like that. So there are ways that you can claim for it. So automatically I got sent by the association I'm in a claim form. So you've got to take pictures and then just give receipts in for whatever you spend. So there is support getting out there to people that need it, but it's just a case of knowing my Portuguese, I'm going to have to sit there with my Portuguese mate and do it, I reckon, because my Portuguese just is not up to filling out forms online with, that look too complicated. So yeah, I think I might have to sit down with a friend to do that one. But
Gary, do you have the same experience where you're at in regard to recovery effort?
Pete, my mother has been through many hurricanes. Oh, you're lucky to deal with bureaucracy instead of insurance companies, because at least you know
there you go.
there's a chance. There's a chance.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
The thing, I mean, you guys in the city there, you might not realise. Like Pete says, olive trees largely unaffected because they're tough fuckers. They really are. That they'll survive most things. The ones that have gone are mostly eucalyptus, pine, and cork oaks. Right. The eucalyptus will uproot and they'll fall over because they bend and they flex and they fall over, right? The pines shatter. The two ones that hit my house, right, and literally have shattered 10 foot up off the ground, and the wind has blown them 30 foot or more into the side of the house. So you got, the top part of the tree breaks off, smashed into the side of the house. The cork oaks tend to uproot. And your olives, I may have seen one or two olives. Maybe they're old ones that have uprooted, but not many at all.
I've got 3 uprooted pines, really big ones.
Yeah,
but they haven't shattered, but it's just the ground's so wet, man. It's just
No,
Yeah, I mean the ones you really have to worry about are the cork ones, because they shouldn't. But there are. How are they doing on yours? I know you have a couple.
I've got loads, yeah.
I've seen cork oak. I wouldn't be able to get my arms around them. They've snapped off.
Well, that's I was wondering, because that is like that's fierce, because because pine eucalyptus don't grow.
But then again, we've got pylons. We've got metal pylons. The main, not the poles, but the actual huge main pylons. They're bent over.
Yeah.
It's nuts, man. That is nuts. Honestly, I've seeing that scaffolding, or that. Fucking hell, man. That the only horizontal what was it, Ferris wheel in Korea. Fuck me, man. The wind was
the rear is in an awful state. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take months to get that right.
Yeah, that's going to take years.
Talking of which, I did contact tried to contact Doc.
I was curious about him. Yeah,
he wasn't in the country because
he's in the UK, but Leona's was there.
Yeah.
She's hid in the corridor apparently.
Yeah,
she was afraid of all the glass. I don't blame her at all.
Yeah.
So, but have you spoken to him since then? Or
yeah, I had a quick conversation with Leona because Doc was in the UK because his father passed away, and Leona had to go through all this herself. So God bless her. I mean, that must have been terrifying. But she said it's rough. She keeps losing power, and it's things are flooded, and it's tough. They're just trying to rebuild the place as best as they can. It is a disaster zone. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still in an apartment? It's been years.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if they were had moved. Okay.
They were trying to buy a house, but I'm not sure how that went. They didn't move.
I know, but I do the apartment, which is a different thing you have to do.
Yeah. But what was your question, Eric? You did ask me a question. Sorry, I've diverged.
Yeah, he was talking about. I'll use the phrase like disaster relief, right? So he has the opportunity to make a claim to get some relief. Do you have that same opportunity where you're at, or has that not been presented yet?
This is where it gets complex, right? You have an opportunity to make a claim against your main residence. If you have a secondary residence, that's when it starts to get a bit tricky.
Okay.
But with the house in Aleros,
right.
I was told that because the 2 trees that hit my house came from a neighbour's property, I've got to claim off his insurance. Now, has he got insurance? I probably doubt it. I probably do doubt it.
Yeah, you hate that when you have to go after your neighbors.
Yeah, good luck.
You know it's going to get complex, don't you? Because with the language and everything and blah blah blah. But
do you think, Carlo, it was the company? Because I've had different experiences with different companies.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. I might be changing my insurance soon on 1 or 2 things.
But to give him his due, Nuno, right, has been an absolute god. He's tried to work it and trying to get it back to sort of a workable solution. He's trying to say, well, we could do this, we could do that, but then you're fighting the insurance company themselves. So
Yeah.
I still don't know how that one's going to go.
Yeah. Once again, I recommend Winsurance. That's
No, I mean,
Yeah.
wait. No, really, because I, as you know, when Garbo, when Nuno said that he was waiting, his flight was delayed. I'm like, I have a question. Yeah. So like,
well, I've got two different companies.
like because sometimes you have a question for someone that you don't necessarily want to bother them with, but you kind of wait for it, especially when you know them. But they're like, oh, your flight is delayed. Now's the chance to ask that thing. So yeah.
I've got two companies, right? For this place, I've got Occidental, and the other company is Generali Tranquilidad. This Occidental are really, really good. They're on the ball, right? Because the claims assessor has always been out here. He's had a look round, and we've had a chat. Got a figure that we might need to, stick to, and that's good. The other one is a bit more sort of sticky because they're trying to say, well, it's his fault against your property, this, that, and the other. And when you're in this sort of situation, and you go to your house and it's fucking basically shredded and covered in trees. You don't want the extra hassle of having to like trying to claim up a neighbor or whatever, and in a different language. Yeah. That's the last thing you want to do. So maybe we can work something different here.
But the municipality doesn't offer any kind of relief for anything like what you're going through.
If that was my main residence, yes, but it isn't.
Okay.
Yeah, and my one's slightly different, Eric, because mine's an agricultural one, so I can claim just for anything that's affected.
No, I know there's a whole bunch of different scenarios for everybody. I was just kind of curious. So
just as a sideline on that, right? I come back from Tamar today, and we got a raspberry farm, which is loads and loads. I mean, it's acres of polytunnels, right? Oh fuck me, man! It's absolute trashed. I mean, it's just twisted. It's twisted metal and bits of plastic. That's all it is.
Oh no!
Come back from that.
They should be done for littering. They should be charged for fucking littering and the plastic they put into the fucking oceans.
You know when the Zeppelin crashed and all that like fucking stuff like fell in on itself. That's what it looks like. It just looks.
I'm so proud of mine because my structure is perfectly fine. It's just the plastic that's ripped.
No,
I've lost the door, but that's about it really. So
it looks like
the nursery.
It's like.
There's a nursery Tamar, not Tamar, sorry, Monteju, where Dave used to live. I've not seen it. I've seen it online, and that's just a mangled mess of metal and plastic now. Everything's gone.
Man, there's so much devastation, honestly. Just going up to yours, Gary. Honestly, I was fucking stunned.
Well, Pete, I honestly think from what people have been saying, we just didn't have a hurricane here. We had a couple of tornadoes as well. Because
you had a force 3 hurricane, man. That's fucking.
We definitely had a hurricane, but when you look at the damage, right, and the way the twisted metal is facing in all directions, something has got to be spinning to do that.
It ain't over yet, man. All I'm saying is the hillsides looked fucking dodgy as fuck when I was driving along, and the road underneath can't be great given the amount of fucking.
Oh no, we've got a sinkhole down the road. That's gone.
Oh, it's fucking. It's not good, man, and it's weird on terms of just what a narrow band it really fucking devastated. It wasn't.
I saw a video from Coimbra today with a coach in a sinkhole. Half of the coach was gone in the back of a sinkhole.
Yeah, Coimbra's fucking at it shitty as well.
I've got a question, and you, the American guys, could probably comment on this, right? Somebody was saying to me, right, that you can tell the difference between a hurricane and a tornado because with hurricanes, normally your windows blow in. With tornadoes, they get blown out and sucked out. Well, people around here have had their windows like pulled out basically, and the glass has gone outwards.
I had to think about that. It has a lot to do with the pressure, the air pressure on how that.
Yeah, it once again. It's kind of a Portuguese thing. It depends, but yeah, that can be true, and of course, all of it also affects it, like how it hits you too, because there's how it comes at you and like what the pressure is. But yeah, like the hurricane will it's definitely different than a tornado. But by the way, it
Whatever
Yeah,
it did,
but also hurricanes spawn tornadoes all the time. That's very
Right.
much a common thing. And you got some sort of like weird, like also like downspout thing that happens like with the tropical rain and that because that has been cited and
Yeah.
identified, which should like so this is that definitely kind of like kind of a jet strike at different areas, so which is
some of
very
it happens.
very
Yeah,
interesting.
something
Yeah.
weird definitely happened. Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, and then of course all because like obviously the coastal areas in the United States are relatively flat, where hurricanes hit, and so but you're in a various terrain, which is which makes it a very unique situation that like people haven't seen before. So yeah.
Well, it's kind of what's weird is we've had that wind problem with
Because there's no mountain range in Florida that that the hurricane hits, so it just doesn't happen. So yeah.
Well, I'm lucky because I've got a mountain behind me. I think that largely saved us. That was our windbreak. Everybody on the other side of the valley just got fucking hit full ball.
I mean, honest to God, in Florida, the Walmarts are only so high. They're only like
That's true.
Yeah, they're like
Definitely true.
They're definitely now not.
Well, you should see Kent pictures of my local fucking supermarket, man. It was fucked. All of the metal got ripped and fucking thrown out onto the road. It was completely fucking devastated. Went along there 2 days ago, absolutely fine. So it's fucking amazing how the Portuguese can clear up, but it seemed to hit industrial zones worse from what I could
Mostly
see.
corrugated and sandwich
Yeah.
board.
Low level as well. The Tesla service center in Luria, fuck me, mate. Honestly,
But by the way, one of my whatever first world problem chats of the parents that like now that the elections are over, I was gonna take down the billboards. I'm like, have you not seen the weather? Those like I think nature has taken those billboards down. So like oh, can they take down all the political billboards? I'm like, yeah, like that's the one thing I've noticed is that those things are ripped to shreds. So
That's funny though, because my friend Steve Wright, he had an Andre Ventura poster not too far from his house posted up, and obviously that's a bit of a pain in his neck, really, as him being an immigrant. And he said, I had the deepest joy of watching him disappear into the fucking distance of the wind.
Yeah, but I was like, how are you complaining that they're not taking them down? They're being taken down.
that was
Yeah, they are.
the turnout, given what people were having to do, given the fact that most people were having to do repairs. The turnout of the election, getting 50% of the electorate to vote, I think was pretty fucking good. So I'm quite impressed.
I agree.
In terms of turnouts
And they realize that they need immigrants to fix things. So
yeah, and I'm also quite impressed. It's nice to kind of Seguro's from Penamacore, just up the road. I know what kind of traditions he'll have and how he'll view kind of Portugueseness, I suppose, that kind of thing. And I think he's a fairly safe pair of hands. He's going to be, hopefully, he'll be up for sort of getting as much money as he can from Europe to rebuild Portugal, rebuild the damage that we've had. So I think he's a much more credible candidate than someone that's probably going to waste time and money doing something radical that we probably don't need. Most important thing we need to do is get shitloads of grants into people that have been damaged, So and I've been really impressed with the local camera with how much quickly they've got onto the roads and the stuff around our area. I think, to be honest, Garvo, there's been so much destruction around your area that they must just be completely fucking overrun, man. I went into the service station down.
By the way, I got to take a little wee break, and I'll be right back.
I'm gonna have to go in a minute, so hurry up, Pete.
I'll be very quick. I went to that service station in Penella, and the mood was so different from anywhere else I went. It was so kind of depressing and kind of dark.
Mate. They're stunned. That's what it is. They're stunned.
Yeah.
It's like, somebody help me, somebody do something, and like,
because they don't know what tomorrow's going to be, right?
No,
It's
I'm in that mind state now. Like, oh, fuck sake, just pack it in, will you? Just stop. Just enough now. Enough is enough. I don't want any more wind. I don't want any more rain. I don't want to have to patch anything back together again. I just want to have a fucking decent night's sleep when I don't have to wake up and listen to something rattling or being ripped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Definitely. Well, hopefully, come tomorrow afternoon, we're in for a little bit of break. It's meant to have moved a bit north, so hopefully we'll only get the very tail end of stuff where we are. Lisbon, I think you'll be totally fine, Eric. I don't think you're going to be in for too much at all because the
No,
whole
it's still pretty windy here. I can see out
no,
there.
now it is, but I think
yeah. Oh, yeah.
after midday tomorrow, I think we've still got until like midday tomorrow for some
Yeah.
pretty shitty weather. So it's more. I'd just be really worried if I lived anywhere fucking on the riverside.
Yeah.
That riverside in Tamar, riverside, fucking all the places we've been. Even in Porto, fucking the riverside just by the.
Oh yeah, for sure.
there. Yeah, it just looks terrible. Do you know what I mean? It looks really,
Mhm.
really bad. And with that amount of rain and the Spanish finally releasing lots of water into Portuguese rivers,
Bless them.
that they never do. They never ever do for the last 10 years. It's,
Thanks for that.
it's a,
Probably want some more water. Oh, lovely. Right, I'm just going to go for a wee, man. I'll be back in a minute.
yeah, sorry, man. Cool.
Okay.
Oh, man. Mm.
Well,
So that must be an
Just-
exciting game for you, Eric. Fuck it. I can't believe you had so you had 96 minutes of being 1-0 down against the worst team in the league.
yeah.
You were rapidly chasing us down. Thank fuck you scored is all I can say. Well done to Michael Carrick.
It's like we weren't totally shocked because there's due to be a letdown at some point. You know what I mean? It's like you're playing top level teams and you're able to win those games now.
Well, and you have to play
Bottom.
West Ham as well, apart from the top level teams. No, being beaten by West Ham, we got beaten by West Ham at home, right? For the
Right.
first time in probably a decade, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
the first time in 10 years, and there's nothing worse than being beaten by West Ham. They are like they're the most, even though they're not really properly our rivals, they are just a pain in the arse. So
Yeah.
you did well to escape the kind of same crap that we did. So
But it's like you get a bottom feeder that comes in, and inevitably, you're looking to the next game, or you're looking past them, or whatever you want to say, and that's what happens.
you do all right. You're doing pretty well considering what you were doing under under the
Oh,
Portuguese.
hell yeah.
So I think Carrick's a pretty good manager, to be honest. He was a great player, and he was
Yeah.
very good for us. So I've got to say, I think you were in fairly good hands there. Whereas we've just employed a Croatian that's never been at a club for longer than like 8 months, I think. So I don't know. Fuck no. It's not. Stick to American football. It's much easier. Definitely.
It doesn't mean he has to stay around for long.
Well, you don't. The thing is, you don't have the biggest game. So the biggest game in the World Cup's the biggest. I hate to say it, but the World Cup, the Football World Cup, is the biggest watched revenue.
Oh, yeah,
generating
for sure.
kind of thing
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
But the biggest game in terms of money, one of the biggest games in the world, is that relegation battle and the battle to go into the Championship to the from the Championship to the Premier League, just because of the amount of revenue you're going to get as a club. And my God, I remember us going down. I remember the last time that we went down to what was the second division back then, and that was fucking appalling. And I can't see it would just be awful.
You're not going there. Spurs ain't going there, mate.
Oh,
No, I don't think so either.
Oh, we could.
But-
We really could. We've got an injury list. I was looking the other day, right? Yeah. 8 of our first team players have got private medical doctors away from our medical team, right? Our medical team are doing something very wrong, yeah, because there shouldn't be fucking like we've got a whole squad we could field in injuries that are, and we've had worse injuries now for about the last 3 seasons. So there's something wrong. Because we've got a top stadium, honestly. It's really good. We've got amazing training facilities, and yet all of our players are injured pretty much all the time. So I don't know. I mean, there's something badly going wrong. How are Birmingham doing then, Garvo?
Hit and miss. We're kind of near the frame for a playoff. If we play the next few games and get a few wins, we could be in the frame.
I was just telling Eric that is the biggest game in world sport. I think probably that Championship to Premier League game is worth the most money to the club, and they're kind of long because you still get parachute payments and stuff as well. Don't you?
But it's such a difficult bloody league to get out of because there's so many teams of the same sort of ilk, and it's a
Yeah.
real big fight. It really is.
Yeah,
To be
Birmingham
honest, my
City is
prediction-
sitting in 10th right now.
I don't think we're going to do it this year. We'll get close, but I don't think we're going to do it. But we've come up one league into this one, so if we get close, that's an achievement. Really, it is.
Yeah, it's not bad, and you'll be in a better position to attract better players the next season. So it's always that kind of thing. Whereas I know we can't attract fucking anyone, otherwise we wouldn't have got Evil Tudor in as fucking manager.
Yeah, but look, I mean, look at, I'm not being funny. Look at United. They've had a shitty patch. They've been through the doldrums, right? But now they're starting to, piece things together and make it fairly reasonable. So we all have our ups and downs. The Liverpool's have their ups and downs, and Man City have had ups and downs.
So let's be honest.
But my friend, you've got Arsenal this weekend, so.
Well, next weekend, I think we've got, isn't it? It's not this weekend. I think it's next weekend.
There's no European, no Premier League this year.
Yeah.
Sorry, your next important
match. I've got a whole week to wait for us to be really disappointing and watch. Oh, why do I watch the live games, man? Honestly, it's so much worse actually watching how shit they are. It would be better just fucking not seeing it at all.
Yeah, but derbies always bring out strange, results. They really do.
I'm not. I don't know. We celebrate sometimes. I remember us losing to Man City, and we celebrated it because it meant Arsenal didn't win the league. Right? so we do have quite a self-destructive thing. And the worst thing about that stadium is one of the best things is the sound is amazing. Right? They've got I think they've got the South Stand has I think about 30-odd thousand just in one wall of fans singing at you. But if you do it badly, 30,000 people booing you. It's like,
doesn't it, really?
Shit. Oh, I don't know. Not good.
So, Ken, how's your football team doing? We've hit on ours.
Okay.
Who do you support? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Chicago Sting, which is dissolved in probably 1982.
There you
go. God, I wish Spurs had sometimes as well. I don't know. It would save me a whole heap of misery. But there you go. Oh man.
No.
So,
I would say Benfica because we have our connection with our whole outing. It was delightful to be able to have a choice of choosing a team here in Portugal, which which then was decided for me based on our.
Benfica pulled off probably the biggest result of the Champions League. That beat Madrid 4-2 and getting that extra goal for the goal difference. So Madrid had to go down to the playoffs.
Yeah.
The fact that they've got them again, that is nuts. I'd love it if you beat Real Madrid. We beat them in the Champions League one time. I remember watching it at Wembley, and it was awesome. And it's always fabulous going to one of those. It'd be a really good opportunity to. Anyone beating Real Madrid is just a fab thing to do. It's really good fun. So
no, I mean me being Chicagoan because America is a very, very large country and very diverse and stuff like that. So I identified very strongly with the city that I'm from and my hometown, and within that we have very specific teams like right now baseball there's two different teams, but in American football and hockey stuff like that we only have one team, stuff like that. So I identify very strongly with my teams. That you can't help it. It's ingrained in you because you're born into it and it's your team. So then to have other sports like proper football, as it were. Like have choices because I didn't grow whatever local, the American professional like football soccer thing is
Chicago Fire.
Well, yeah, but that didn't exist when I even lived there.
No.
But I did grow up watching Chicago Sting, and actually when I was going through all my stuff, I'm trying to proper file all my stuff. Because I did play football a lot growing up, and I was and there was like Pele had had a thing that he went to America to make money by like having camps and stuff like that. I wasn't that, but it was sponsored by the Chicago Sting, and so I actually found my paperwork from the Chicago Sting the other day when I was like sorting through like, do I need this? Because you know, it moved stuff like you don't necessarily go through all the boxes and stuff like that. So I was going through like, oh yeah, here's my letter from the Chicago Sting about going to Pele's, you know, like a summer camp and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so it's funny to see find the stationery and stuff like that for a team that like it's been gone for like, you know, I don't know, 40 years or something like that. But yeah, so, it's delightful because like when I moved from Chicago to New York, and I was in New York for over 25 years. You know, the two big, you know, there's different American football teams, but which didn't matter because I was able to be loyal. But I wanted to like have a local team in New York for baseball, which I love, and it could never be the Yankees because they were in the same division, and you know, I grew up with my family ragging about like about them like my entire life, so it had to be the Mets, Eric, you know, because
I was a Met fan.
yeah.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because yeah, there was no way because of history. But then moving here, I was actually delighted to like oh, like I have no personal connection to any of these teams. But then
I got a brand new start.
They did a really
well no, because I could choose the color of the uniform.
on where the
I could be so superficial over all the like the dumb reason. Exactly, like I want to be a green team or a red team? Like,
Right. There you go.
It's completely arbitrary because I have no family history. There's no connection. But I love, and I grew up with like you're a supporter of a team, and that those are your
Kent, I've got to ask this question. I must ask
Right.
this question. I mean, you've just explained singularly that Chicago, you know, you had few choices. Football team, you were the Bears. There was nothing else, was there? Right? You know.
Well, no, because that's the thing is my father. It took me forever because he was a huge Bears fan. Is that there used to be two teams in Chicago, but the Cardinals left in the 1950s.
Right.
Right.
And it didn't even occur to me because he was such a huge Bears fan that actually he grew up being a Cardinals fan.
Right. I didn't know that.
But then seamlessly went with the Bears because I just assumed he was always a Bears fan, and I didn't realize that like when he grew up as a kid that he was actually a Cardinals fan.
But when you go to New York and you have the Giants and the Jets,
Yep.
what I mean,
Yep.
how is that different?
Well, I mean, because like the Bears thing is too deep. I'm just the Bears. There's just like
Well, you're a Bear. That's it, right? But in New York, you've got the Jets and the Giants. So is it similar to you know Portugal, Lisbon with the you know?
Well, also
Well, you know what?
because you have to understand in Chicago, like all those teams are like, you know, hundreds of years old. Like they're all they're all like original franchise. Like the original two teams were the Packers and the Chicago Bears. So they are the origins of professional American football.
Okay.
Like they are the founding teams, stuff like that. And it's the same with in hockey, the Blackhawks are a founding original six teams.
Six.
So Eric,
Yeah,
why
so
did
some
you
of
become
So in New York, the Giants were an original, and the Jets were a recent addition to the American Football League that came later. And same with the Mets. The Mets were like the Yankees are from like the 19th century, which my teams in Chicago are also like in baseball 19th century, but the Mets are formed in the 1960s, so like they're the new upstart team.
Okay.
So like it's a different kind of thing. So.
Pete's been very patient.
I was gonna say there was a really interesting study they did about whether they have mathematicized sport, right? So if you take the States as an example, right? If you're over 6'7", yeah, there's a 20% chance that you play in the NBA. Yeah, so you have got a very high chance if you're over 6'7" of being in the being an NBA player, right?
No,
Yeah,
like
they-
20.
yeah,
Well, I mean,
And they've done,
but I would say 20% of people over 6'7" are not in the in the
yeah,
NBA.
they are.
Like,
I did
like,
it with a study.
no,
on,
no, I would say 20% of the NBA is over 6'7", not 20%.
No, no,
no.
seriously, it's
Yeah.
between 15 and 20%. They did
Okay, well, then we're gonna get into what statistics are
in the States. I will go through. I'll go through it, but there's also, they talked about a team, and I can't remember who it was, but you two will be able to tell me. A team that worked out that all they needed was a shove, right? From the scrumming. They didn't need to actually pass the ball at all. They just needed to make a few yards. So they packed their team full of these absolutely immense kind of linebackers who would always be able to shove them forward like 8 or 9 yards. And this tactic became incredibly kind of.
Oh, we're not talking about William Perry, are we? The fridge.
No.
No.
It's after that. It's another team. I can't remember exactly who it was, but they've got.
It was after that, because it sounds like it would be before that, because that was
Yeah.
No,
Because now the
they-
league
it
is
could
largely
be
a passing league. So
yeah. Well,
It's-
now, yeah, like, because yeah,
Right.
They had this
it used to be all shove. I mean, my high school team was all shove. Like, I don't think we ever threw a pass. It was
Right.
We just had
Well,
like
we had things like Gary, you remember-
we had a good running back, and he set
You
state
remember
records because every play was a running play to him.
6'5" or over, but they're saying now that it's getting more and more difficult to kind of be, for example, be an Olympian, right? And I taught a whole load of Olympians when I was at one school in particular. I've taught a whole bunch of people that made the Olympics in rowing and hockey, right? Partly because of the coaches we had, but they're saying now that there are mathematical biases now towards certain physiques and types of play that make things interesting. A bit like, with Formula One, how they had to reduce the downforce on Formula One cars because it was becoming too reliant on the technology. So essentially it took the element of sport out. And what we tend to do is change rules according to
Right.
new inventions that people have.
Right.
A bit like one of my favorites is like
and they'll always
With-
overadjust, and then they have to go back, and then
the laws have to adjust, but now physically
Well, I was telling my wife Katie that like one of the reasons I haven't really paid attention to the Winter Olympics, but I like it, number one, because I love the vistas. Like it's more interesting to see.
and the penis injections.
They vibrate, but also the players look like mortal. Versus like people are so specialized in the Summer Olympics that like they almost have like they look like a like a grotesque version of whatever they should be. Because what would it be like? Like they're either they're elongated or like
Well, we did used
they're
to
built up.
when I was coaching and when we were picking rowing squads, we would recruit people to our school that were a certain height and builds. Yeah.
Right.
And obviously you're going to kind of stress on that physicality, but they're saying now because of
You'd be good at rowing.
maybe with like I love rowing, honestly. I mean, like mucking about in boats. I don't know if you've ever read Three Men in a Boat, Garvey. Fantastic kind of book, and I've done that journey up the Thames, and I was always around the Thames. I could always get on a rowboat and potter about, like going past palaces and posh people's houses and stuff like that. So it was.
Now you've got to be careful there, Pete. What you're saying with what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't afford that sort of place. Though definitely no Epstein kind of mansions quite well. So, but yeah, it's kind of a nice thing to do. But I do think what's interesting is how difficult it is to become those kind of sports. How mathematically now we're kind of working on various kind of tactics, and genetically I think we should have different Olympics as well. I still think we should have a drugs Olympics, so you can have one for anyone,
Whatever
like the old
enhancing things you never get your hands on.
You can just fucking take whatever you want and fucking go for it that way. We should have one where it's like an Amish Olympics where no fucking, nothing is allowed. You
Well,
can basically,
I mean, any little thing like that, like I mean, like this in swimming, like just like the last, like I don't know, like within the last like 10, I don't know, 20 years or whatever like that, all the records broke. You would see like all this stuff that is because the technology just of like the swimsuits changed.
yeah,
Like,
but then
because
now, Ken, they're saying it's much more difficult to break an Olympic record. We're reaching that kind of zenith of where.
well, no, because they changed it because before, like I mean, before they were like they were. They started the pushing the boundaries of what fabric is, so it became so streamlined and like the fabrics and technology were so sleek and something like that they didn't have the same water the resistance, stuff like that.
It's
So
also
all these records just kept smashing for when the technology became available. First it was one company that had the technology, but then they had and so all the swimmers that were sponsored by that company like smashed all the records, and then they said like, oh well, anyone could use that technology in order to be able to compete, and then just all the records fell, and then they like, oh no now we have to change it, and so it's just like
it does happen in a lot of sports. It's just I don't know. I think it's much more difficult now to break a record, but also not to be a certain physical type. We've got so many people around, and growth hormones have had such an effect on height. Not in Portugal. Portugal's the only place I know men haven't had any growth hormone.
I've seen some big Portuguese, some freakishly big Portuguese lately. I'm thinking,
really?
Oh God, yeah.
I love.
Well, I think post Salazar and and the fact that people are getting nutrition again. You're starting to see a lot of younger Portuguese start to sprout because you see like their older relatives much shorter. But
right.
But I feel like that once they got a variety of actual vegetables, I actually see
more meat. More meat. Yeah, that's what it is.
But he was saying that with those growth hormones, our bone density is getting much, much thinner. So if you took my bone density and compared it to the average Portuguese guy, they'd have much denser bones. So he's patenting at the moment screws that will go in further in his bone operations because of the fact that we are just generally getting kind of worse. So where you would look for these changes, it's not somewhere like Portugal with a shitty low population. Doctors in India or doctors in China are going to deal with so many more cases. That's where he's really seen like the studies go. And he's also seen it in the UK where he manages a whole load of doctors. But it's one of those things where, we are kind of being affected, and we're preserved a lot longer as well. The preservatives we eat just mean we last a lot longer. We don't rot.
Yep.
We don't rot so quick.
Yeah.
Just before we get this right, we talk about the Olympics. How do we feel as like a panel of people about the Ukrainian guy with the helmets with all the badges of the pictures of the people who had been killed during the war, the Olympic athletes that have been killed during the war? Should he have been banned? Was it a political statement beyond, or should we respect that?
I'm aware of it from a higher level, but did he break the rules of the games as they were laid out before he decided to participate?
Oh, that's
wasn't it an act of respect?
Eric, don't hate the player, hate the game. Yeah. So
if I was on the Olympic Committee, I think I'd have to be a bit sympathetic and a bit sensible and say he's just paying homage to the guys really that who are his Olympic teammates and who are not there and able to compete in this particular.
Yeah, but see then, Gary, where does the line get drawn?
Well,
if that's your line, then somebody goes to the next line, right? Whatever they do.
Is that really a political statement, or is he just paying respect to the people who he may have trained with, who he may have known?
Like I said, I didn't follow closely enough to really.
Well, then Gary, I didn't hear about this.
Something on the bobsleigh or something like that, or along those lines.
I think maybe if it's a team event, it's maybe not quite as I mean, everyone's going to make political statements, and the Olympics usually they do, don't they? You think of how many times teams haven't participated because of where it's being held. So America didn't participate in the Moscow Olympics. I can remember sort of like Russia not participating back in LA. There's always been political statements. There's always been
I don't
news.
hear anything.
Also some of the political statements by African American athletes, like that was a very, very profound moment when the
They weren't banned, were they? He's been thrown out basically.
But it did have these temporarily. Yeah.
There we go.
But he because he's put pictures of his dead Olympians.
Oh no! So I literally don't. I haven't seen any of this because
he's
so
been
I don't know, so I can't comment.
Gary, what about injecting stuff in your penis to make your suit, your downhill suit, go a bit more streamlined?
Yeah.
Have you heard about that? So that's you haven't heard about that.
No. I mean, how does this work? Please
Well,
explain.
so it kind of makes your schlong blend in with the suit a bit more, and gives you more streamline for your speed going downhill. So,
So let me get this right. You have
actually,
to with strongs on.
I'll tell you what it was. What it was
So what? You're getting shrinkage, and
no, it was even better because it was.
I don't know what you're trying to do.
They were
So you get a shot and it fills things out a little bit.
It filled things
We'll call
out
it like that.
because they wanted larger costumes. So the costumes they had were two figure hugging and basically showed your meat and two veg off, right? And if they injected themselves before they got fitted for the costume, then they get a baggier one, which wouldn't show their meat and two veg off. So that's why they were doing it. That was the actual original story. I think that's fucking awesome that people are going around injecting fucking.
I just
No. But what I said about the swim thing, you want it to be as like as tight as possible. You don't want a flap.
Well, it's also your body shape as well, Ken. I've met a few Olympic swimmers, and they look like fish. So they've got really long bodies, short legs, and massive feet. They look really fucking weird. So I'll get Michael Phelps.
Well, and that's why I mentioned the fact that the Olympics, they're like you see these like normal looking dudes you can see walk around the mall versus like you wouldn't recognize you wouldn't recognize a winter athlete versus that you definitely notice like some of the summer games, not all of them, but yeah.
I don't know. I think any Olympic sport you have to put in so much time and commitment, and it's
but still they maybe it'll get there, but maybe it's because not as popular or whatever, or it's because most of the sports are a rich person's a game. But I think that
does play a big bit.
But they don't look like someone you wouldn't recognize.
So the next follow-on question from this is: do you think Israel will participate in the Eurovision Song Contest this year?
Well, if fucking Australia does, I think that's ludicrous. When is Australia part of fucking Europe? All right, it's a prison colony. If we open it back up, no problem, right? But as it is, there's no way Australia should be fucking taking part. I think that's a joke. I don't mind. The other thing is, I think we should resurrect Terry Wogan. If anyone should be kind of cryogenically frozen.
You saying you can't see Europe from Australia, like Sarah Palin? Sarah Palin, I can see right from my house. Like,
it is fucking ludicrous. That really is ludicrous, definitely. But yeah, the Eurovision Song Contest is great. I love the fact that no one wants to win it. Do you remember when Ireland won it for like 4 lots in a row, and they were
too expensive, isn't it? It's far too expensive.
It's a curse. Yeah,
exactly. No, it's really good.
I think we should have America in this year just to really mix things up.
For former colony. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything's possible.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't know. Definitely.
So anyway, with that being said, we've surpassed the midnight hour, as they say.
Did we get a check this week then?
Yeah. We got overtime. Yeah.
We got our check an hour ago, but we did cover a lot of ground, which was good.
Yeah.
And so I'll chuck the banner up there. for anybody who's still watching. There still are a few people out there that if you want to join in the after, you're more than welcome.
Well, Gary, the other thing I want to say to you is thank God you and Linda are in one piece, mate, because
Yeah.
I'm still amazed that more people didn't
Yeah,
die.
me
I
too.
think
Me too.
it's a testament to Portugal's underpopulation that we didn't have more deaths, to be fair. I think but thank goodness you're all okay, because at the end of the day, yeah, it's shitty having a tree fall on your fucking house, but neither of you are injured, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So
Everything else is replaceable, mate, except me and the missus.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And how's
Yeah.
Linda anyway? Is she
I would say the extended family, everyone's okay.
Yeah, well, the other guys have been down the coast, so they've been largely out of the frame. But here, Linda had a bit of a snivel the other day. I think it just got to her, and she had a bit of a crumble.
not surprised? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's got to, but that I can't do that. That's not me. But I gotta say that I'm shagged, man. I need this to stop now because I'm out of energy. I can't wake up and be scared or frightened or running around trying to fix things any longer. I mean, this is enough. This is enough for me. I've had enough. Just whoever's in charge of this big fucking shitstorm, stop it now and take it away.
Hopefully after
That's what I'm
tomorrow,
saying,
mate.
but usually hurricane just goes through and that's the end of that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm hoping you're all right for that. And Garvo, you've got to come out for a meal or a drink with us. Or something.
I promise you I will. And once I've got this lot stabilized and fucking in one place.
Yeah, I obviously you just want to like walk away from everything right now, but yeah, you can always come down to Lisbon for a little respite. We have places for you to stay. So.
Well, I might even do that. How's about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can discuss future plans on the After Cave, and can we just do a once around and kind of close things out, and we can carry on after that if we so choose.
I think I've done mine already, so you can skip me.
Okay, Pete. Anything from you? Final thoughts for the day, for the week?
I really hope it is over, and I hope that we can rebuild soon. Because at the moment, I don't think anyone wants to build until they know that it's going to stop raining for a bit. Do you know what I mean? So I just hope that it finishes fairly soon, gives everyone a chance to kind of assess everything, get everything sorted, and most importantly, we're all here and we're all kind of healthy. So that's one thing. That's my final thought for all of you. But I do have to say out there for best wishes to Paolo, and I feel really sorry. Did you see that guy that got killed as a subcontractor for Reddish, the one that was trying to fix the power lines?
I heard about that.
Family. So yeah, thoughts out to his family as well, because that must be absolutely horrific. I think he was pretty young. So yeah, so good luck. I wish safety to everyone that's out there fixing things, because there's a lot of them. So it's it's not easy. All right.
Thanks for that comment, Pete. Yep, for sure. Ken, any final thoughts from you as we head out?
Yeah, if anyone needs anything, I really will help. And fuck Lee, not here. I'm not actually a dilettante. I pretend to be one, but I am quite handy around things. And I had another life as someone who's worked construction and stuff like that. So I'm actually quite handy, and I will pitch in whatever I can with doing sketches of you guys working. So
can you just
I'll just like, oh wait, can you do that? Okay. Yeah. Moving to light. So like I'll be there, just like just like scribbling away. So yeah. No, but honestly, I've worked construction jobs and stuff like that. Like I've always been a working man, but yeah.
Bless you, Kent. Bless you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. So, Garver, you said your piece. You're good?
I think so, yeah. Just everybody take care of themselves. We will get through this. We will. We'll get through together.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, one more comment from Simon. So we'll give him that. Great going, guys. Yeah, so final thoughts from me. Thank everybody who showed up tonight. Glad you guys could all be here. It's been a hard road, more for some than others. I consider myself pretty fortunate that all I kind of see is rain and wind and this and that, and you know, life is pretty much gone on as normal. But yeah, and you know, I'll echo Kent's comments that I got two hands that could be very helpful too. I don't sketch, but I can wield a hammer and an axe and a saw and a this and a that. So anyway, but yeah, I think rider days are ahead. We have to hope that, right? The sun might come out tomorrow and it might shine for more than 10 minutes, and that'll be a good thing because I think that helps a lot, right? When the sun comes out, things just feel so much better.
Yeah,
So
it's a cool country, a wicked country with a warm sun. So
Yeah.
right now it's just a little bit of a tease. Like,
but it just brings
just
a
the
lot.
back end. It's like in a proper hurricane. It got the eye of the hurricane, and then
Yep.
you know, then don't you go
But
out?
as we know,
You get hit. You get hit. Like that's so you lure you out and then whack you when you
Bang.
go out.
But Thursday we had some real sun, and it just
Yeah,
reminds
you hear the birds and everyone chirping, but then bam, yeah. So
How many times has that happened over the past few days? Oh, look, yes, I'll go and poof, about 10 gallons of water.
you heard
dropped
that
on
was
me.
that was today because Lee had to cancel a Thursday, so my usual every other Thursday with Lee was today, and that I literally because my cigarettes blew off, I walked them out and it was all sunny and like that. My neighbors are out walking their dogs and stuff like that. And everyone was like, get in before it gets you, like
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
then the next thing Lee's watching trees shatter on the road, in
Yep.
front of him. So yeah.
Next week's going to be better. I know it's going to be better. And Lee had a bounce
I'll
out.
feel-
Lee had a bounce out. He had a family situation in his house that he had to deal with. So
Yeah, I would say I could also thank you, Eric, for taking care of the parents because that was that was an interesting trip. So yeah,
I did my part, but you know,
Yeah.
it got difficult towards the end. So that was his part. But yeah. So next week, hopefully same time, same channel, same this, same that, and we'll have some cheerful stories maybe to talk about and stuff like that because
yeah,
we've
and,
been really-
and hopefully the sun will be out at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So
there
because
we go.
that would deal with the whole other thing. So yeah.
So again, thanks for everybody that joined tonight, both on the air and on the outside. We appreciate your comments and all of that, and we'll see you guys all next week. So till then,
What does Garvo say?
you know the story.